Alright, I want to start off this video by first saying that you are probably not tone deaf. Even if you think you are, or even if your friends told you you are tone deaf, or you are bad at singing and therefore you must be tone deaf, you probably are not. According to Wikipedia, only 4% of the population are truly tone deaf, and I've taught many students and none of them are actually tone deaf. And even if they think they were or were told they were tone deaf, I managed to get them to sing on pitch. So what is tone deaf? Tone deaf is also known as amusia, which means not musical. It is either due to genetic or brain injury. So most people who think that they are tone deaf or were told they are tone deaf because they are bad at singing, they are not really truly tone deaf. They are usually people who don't listen to music with singing for most of their lives. And they usually also use their voices only for speaking and not much for singing. So one day, if they suddenly decide that they want to sing, they realize that, oh, I can't really pitch. I can't really sing on key, or I can't really produce the notes to match the music. Well, think of it as picking up a new skill. For example, when you were learning to cycle, you realize that, oh my god, I actually have to put together so many things in the right balance for me to propel forward for a long distance. It is the same with listening to the music notes and trying to produce sounds that match the music notes. You are activating a certain part of your brain that you haven't really used for most part of your life. Now you are just getting started. It's gonna take some time, so it's probably not going to work like that when you need it. You are not tone deaf if you can tell or sort of feel that you are not really on pitch. For example, if you hear these two notes, can you tell that they are different? Okay. If you can tell that they are different, you are not tone deaf. Can you tell me which one is the higher or the lower note? If you can tell me that the second note is the lower note, you are definitely not tone deaf. If you want to test yourself further, I have found this very cool app that you can use. This is called Tone Deaf Test, and it looks like that. It is a very cool app, and I am not sponsored to say anything about this, but I have actually filtered many apps for this episode, and I realized that, hey, this is really good and it's free. So you can try to download this app. Basically, it lets you hear two sets of tones, and it tells you whether these two tones are the same tone or not. So you can actually test yourself to see if you're tone deaf. This is example 1. So these two notes are the same. Example 2. So these two notes are different. They are the same. They are different. And so on and so forth. So yay, you probably are not tone deaf, but you do have a voice production problem, which means that you can't really produce the right note to match the sound that you hear. But that can be fixed. And here is tip number 1 with a true story. So many years ago, I was teaching this student who was obviously not tone deaf because he knew that he's not on pitch. He couldn't really sing to match the tones correctly. It dawned on me one day to actually ask him this question: are you listening to your own singing? And to my utmost surprise, he said no. I was horrified because as a singer, well, I think we listen to our voices all the time when we sing because we have to make instantaneous adjustments to our singing. But also, I think we're quite vain with our voices. Yeah, some of us do love our own singing, you know. We have to, right, in order to continue to want to sing. But I'm saying that from that day onwards, I realized that that's not true. Not everyone actually listens to their own singing when they sing. That was an aha moment for me. From that day on, I realized what I should do with people who tend not to be on pitch. So I asked him to pay more attention to his own singing and to my piano playing. And guess what? He was actually mostly on pitch. It was actually that simple. But I have to say that it really depends on individual. For some people, this stage may be quite painful or quite effortful because it does take a lot of brain power to process listening to the notes and trying to match with your voice. So it does take some time for some people, right? But I assure you it will get better over time. When you're trying to sing a song, you have to hear the song at the back of your mind. It's almost like a hologram being cast at the back of your mind, but you don't see it, you hear it. For example, if I ask you what is the chorus of Perfect by Ed Sheeran, you will hear, because we were just kids when we fell in love, blah 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 blah, right? It has to be there first before you sing. If you don't hear the song well at the back of your mind, which means that your hologram is fuzzy, you need to go back to listen to the song many more times and at least hum along to it. Do not expect to know the song and be able to sing it after listening to it once or twice. It doesn't work too even if you listen to it 100 times without even humming along to it or singing along to it. To train the connectivity of your voice production and your hearing for them to match, you can actually use an online piano, or of course a real physical piano if you have one, or an app with a piano function, the one that I used earlier. You can use these to train your hearing, and I'll paste the URL of these online piano or piano apps, down below in the description box of this YouTube video, and you can refer to it. So this is actually what you can do. You can press any note here and try to sing and match the tone that you hear. For example, ah, ah, ah. Okay, one little tip, right, is that you should not try to sing immediately after you hear the tone, especially if you think that you are quite bad at pitching. Take the time to listen to the note. So don't do this. Okay, if you have some problems doing, trying to pitch match, this is not advisable. Don't be too eager to sing immediately after you hear a tone. Take your time. Play a few times. You can actually hum it first. It makes it easier. And then you sing it out. Try it. Okay, so I have another app to recommend. This app is called Sing True, and it's really very cool. So once again, I'm not sponsored to recommend this. Okay, I found it through the App Store and it's totally free and it's pretty good. Okay, so Sing True actually allows you to learn to pitch accurately. So I'm gonna demonstrate. Alright, for this app, you have to hear the note and imagine singing it. Do. And my score is 100%. Okay, one thing about this app is that you should not use the visual guide to help you to pitch, because actually it goes up and down and maybe you can try to cheat with your eyes but no, you can't do that. So challenge yourself. Make sure you're not training your eyes to sing. You should be training your ears to sing, okay? So sing without looking at the screen and then check back later to look at the score. Alright, so the last tip I have for you is to take lessons from a singing teacher. I know. Many people who have a fear of singing will find this option really unthinkable. They will think like, oh my god, I'm so scared of singing, what if my teacher thinks that I am so lousy, and she doesn't want to teach me. Don't worry. I assure you that this is probably your best option, because if you actually know some proper singing techniques, it will definitely help you to have more control over your voice and help you to navigate through those irritating voice registers where you will tend to flip into your falsetto or find it hard to transit, and you will tend to sound off pitch, and yeah, you know what I mean. If you have been told that you are tone deaf and that you are bad at singing, well, I hope this video assures you that you are probably not tone deaf. Yeah, so just try the tips that I have suggested. They will work. Okay, I hope this video helps you. Please like and share this video with your friends. Don't be selfish. Let me know if you have any other topics you want me to cover, and I'll be very happy to do so. Subscribe to this channel for your weekly video on tips and insights into singing, and I'll see you in the next one.